discuss phase transition. So we are familiar from unit 1 and 2 about some of the aspects of structural mechanics, that is ergodic hypothesis, equilibrium, ensemble theory, macrocanonical ensemble, canonical ensemble, great canonical ensemble, formulation of these ensembles and applications of these ensembles. So in this case, what we have seen that thermodynamical parameters of the system is a well-behaved function. To talk about any thermodynamical parameter, say entropy, this is entropy of a gas which is defined in three thermodynamical parameters, N, V and E, total energy of N gas molecule, where V is volume of the gas. And this was the relation we derived while discussing Gibbs paradox. This is a Tetrode equation. According to this relation, we can calculate entropy of the gas. We can plot this entropy with respect to, say, volume. It will be a monotonously varying function, single valued and a continuous. Similarly, we can also plot this entropy with respect to temperature as a control parameter. You can see that again entropy is a well-behaved function which is varying with respect to T. It is single valued, continuous and monotonous in nature. Whether it is increasing or decreasing, it is happening monotonously. But when we talk about system in low temperature regime, where interparticle interaction, intermolecular interaction turn out to be important, in that situation what you can expect? You can think of that system is changing its state. So with very high temperature you can expect to have gaseous state. When you lower the temperature, what you can expect? There is a phase transition to system transit from, say, gaseous state to, say, liquid state, or say liquid state to solid state. So this kind of aspect we can see in this unit 3. So we are aware of three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. So we have phase diagram. So this is phase diagram. So these are the three lines. This line correspond to gas to solid phase transition boundary. This line correspond to gas to liquid phase transition boundary, and this line correspond to liquid to solid phase transition boundary. However, this line for the case of water is like this. It has negative slope. Okay, it has negative slope. So this line is for all other possible liquids, but for water especially, this line has negative slope. It is like this. So these lines correspond to a boundary which separates two phases, that is gaseous phase from liquid phase, or gaseous phase from solid phase, or liquid phase from the solid phase. So in this case, the transition, so this transition is basically a first order phase transition. So at the transition boundary, at this transition point, below this transition point you can expect to have one phase, and after this transition point, above this transition point you can expect to have another phase. Both the phases cannot exist. Either your system is in the gaseous phase, or in this case a solid phase. Okay. So this is now we come to type of phase transition. So we have first order and second order phase transition. Phase transition of first kind and a phase transition of second kind. So first order phase transition we mean we have, say, free energy of system. So this entropy we determine taking derivative of free energy, say Helmholtz free energy with respect to, say, temperature, that we have seen in the earlier class. We can determine entropy by taking derivative of this Helmholtz free energy, say, with respect to, say, temperature. Okay. So you have first order derivative of free energy. So free energy is a smooth varying function but it's a first order derivative. Say entropy, it is not a smoothly varying function, but there is some sort of jump. See, this jump is of this kind, this type. So this is entropy. Whether you are plotting this, say, along this x-axis, this one axis, say y-axis, you are plotting either entropy or volume. Along, say, x-axis, you are representing value of temperature, right? So so this is your variation of, say, entropy or volume of the system. So at this point, say Ta is a transition point at which you can see there is a jump. It has, at this temperature Ta, you have several value of entropy or several value of volume. So there is a discontinuity, or there is a some sort of jump. So this corresponds to a first order phase transition. So discontinuity you can see in the first derivative of, or jump you can see in the first order derivative of your free energy. That's why this phase transition is first order phase transition. So in this case, what is happening? So from here to here there is some sort of change in entropy. So corresponding to that change, you have some latent heat involved in the process of phase transition. So in the case of first order phase transition, there is a latent heat involved. So what is latent heat? Latent heat is a term which corresponds to internal energy of your system. So when your water, which is in the vapor state, it goes into liquid state, what you can see, your solid goes to liquid state. Say solid, it has Lagrange order. So solid molecules are having certain configuration. So when you heat it, what you do? Basically you provide certain energy. So your molecules of the solid or atom of the solid may enjoy to have certain freedom. So they may have translational motion. So your latent heat that is involved in increasing energy of your molecules of the solid or atoms of the solid, and that lead to have translational motion possible in your material. So your material from solid state, it goes to liquid state. When you provide heat for, say, 1 gram mole substance is there, you provide heat up to equal to or greater than latent heat of that substance. So your material from solid state transit to liquid state. That corresponds to the case of first order phase transition. Similarly, we have second order phase transition or phase transition of second kind. In that case, we have second derivative of Helmholtz free energy. So that is, say, specific heat at constant volume or specific heat at constant pressure. Specific heat at constant volume or specific heat at constant pressure, that you can plot along, say, y-axis, and along x-axis you have, say, control parameter, that is temperature. You are trying to see behavior of your system with the variation in temperature. What you can see in the case of second order phase transition, there is a, say, peak like structure or there is a peak in the variation of specific heat or variation of specific heat at constant volume or constant pressure. So this peak will correspond to a particular, say, temperature, that is the transition temperature, and this transition point is transition point corresponding to second order phase transition, and this transition point is also known as critical point. So here, say, this is the critical point. This boundary terminates, this boundary which separates these two liquid and gaseous phases of matter, it terminates at this point. So this point is nothing but a critical point. We call it critical point because your system behaves at this point, Tc, it behaves in somewhat strange fashion. It has long range singularity. At this point, system has long range singularity. It has similar behavior. It has long range ordering, you can say. This fluctuation is of long range order. So all length scale fluctuations are prevailing in your system. I mean, at this point, all length scale fluctuations are prevailing in your system. Or this correlation function is diverging. Two particle correlation function you can think of, that is diverging at critical point. and also at this point, beyond this point, your liquid and gaseous phase are identical. There is no difference between liquid and gaseous phase. From this point you can move here, and then you come here, then you reach here. Okay, without facing any boundary, you transit from say liquid state to gaseous state. So this is the TC, that is critical point. At this TC, your system has power law behavior. Your thermodynamic parameter has certain power law. So density varies with some power T minus TC power something. So this is the special point. We also got a critical point. So this is the type second order phase transition. Phase transition of second kind. So similarly, you have another possibility of higher order phase transition, where you can expect to have logarithmic singularity in your system. So this completes your phase transition behavior.